What? What? What are you talking? Oh, hey, hi. Hey, good day to you. I hope you are doing well. Hey, did you ever hear a horse talking? Did you ever hear a talking horse? Well, remember there was an old TV show. What was? Oh, that was Mr. Ed, the talking horse. Ah, Mr. Ed. And maybe some of you also think about Shrek and the donkey. The donkey, he doesn't have a name, he's just called Donkey, but he talks. Well, did you ever hear someone say, I heard it straight from the horse's mouth? Were they referencing a talking horse? I don't think so, because we know that Mr. Ed was a TV show and the donkey on Shrek was a is like a cartoon. Now there is a story in the Bible in the Old Testament of a donkey that talked, but that was a very unique happening. So typically our horses do not talk words to us. So what does it mean when we hear, I heard it straight from the horse's mouth? Well, it means that we hear something from the original or the most reliable source. For instance, Johnny and Jim could be talking, and Johnny could be saying in school, Hey Jim, is our test really getting rescheduled? And Jim might say, Yep, the teacher was ahead of me in the lunch line, and I heard him talking about it, so I heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Now, no, Jimmy and John weren't calling the teacher a horse. Rather, the teacher was the most reliable person to listen to. The teacher was the best authority. The teacher was the one who was rescheduling the test, and he talked about it. So, straight from the horse's mouth, straight from the teacher's mouth. Now, this phrase, straight from the horse's mouth, refers probably to the practice of examining a horse's teeth in order to tell the accurate age of the horse. Some people are very good at looking at a horse's mouth and approximating, but fairly well, the age of that horse. Now, I could tell you that this horse is 5 years old. And you might come and look in its mouth and say, No, I think it's about 10 years old. Well, which is true, my word or yours? Well, we actually could look at the horse's mouth and it would tell us straight from the horse's mouth, straight from the horse's teeth, really, to get that accurate age of the horse. So that's where it comes from. Look in the horse's mouth to see what is truth. Now, do you believe everything you hear? Everything? Maybe, maybe not. You know, somebody could really pull a strange one on us and tell us something that's not really true. Maybe they're telling us a joke or a prank, or maybe they're really wanting to deceive us. So sometimes people tell untruths, and we really can't always believe everything we hear. We probably want to be careful with believing everything that we hear. And today, especially, there are a lot of people who go around intentionally telling lies so that people are scared of something or that people follow this person or that person. And so there is untruth out there. So who do we listen to? Well, if the source is someone we know to be truthful, we can usually trust what that person has to say. So who do you believe? Who is trustworthy? I hope that you have trustworthy people around you that you can believe when you listen to them tell you something. Now, you know, in the Bible, the Apostle John referenced truth as being found in Jesus and as being Jesus. That's right. Jesus was truth. And we read that, especially, let's say, John 1. There's a number of verses that John writes. Listen to this. The Word became a human being. Now he's talking about Jesus. The Word became, Jesus became a human being. He made his home with us, and we have seen his glory. It is the glory of the one and only, who came from the Father, and the Word was full of grace and truth. Now, in the past, God gave us grace through the law of Moses. Now, grace and truth come to us through Jesus Christ. John later writes another letter that we find in the Old Testament from 1 John, and he says, We also know that the Son of God has come. He has given us understanding, so we can know the God who is true. And we belong to the true God by belonging to his Son, Jesus Christ. For Jesus is the true God and eternal life. John was just actually repeating what Jesus had said about himself. Jesus said, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Now, as believers in Jesus, we accept that word as truth. as if it were straight from God's mouth. Ooh, straight from the horse's mouth. Straight from God's mouth, and it was because Jesus said it. So, Jesus and truth, this you can believe. Hang out with people who are trustworthy and true. Listen and remember that God has promised us grace and truth through Jesus Christ. I hope you have a really, really good day filled with joy and filled with peace.